Welcome back to the Culture of Currency, where we have the State of the Stack, June 2024. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get to it. So here we are. You see in front of you a small portion of the stack. This is the State of the Stack, where we go over the stack and all things the stack. So you're going to be really interested to know what my value overall currently is, according to a couple of analytics, as well as some other things. So let's go ahead and get to it. As you know, it's been a weird year with the spot price going up, down, and up, and well, up. Here we are, sitting at about $30 currently today, which has been very interesting. As you know, I've been tracking this year every single purchase. I've been spending $100 a month on both our government-issued bullion and our generic bullion. Generic just because it's not, from a nation and having a denomination on it, though sometimes they're not necessarily generic, just a term we use. But there is disparities we're tracking within the price points. We had our Q1, quarter one findings on that, and I can go ahead and help you out by getting over here and showing you, where is it at? Here it is. Okay, so right here, we have all of the generic we purchased in green. We've tracked the spot. We have the price, premium weight, and we have all of the government issued bullion. I have not done Q2 yet. That's for the end of this month, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But basically, we saw that Q1 had a big disparity right here in the gains and losses. Now, I will say spot was lower. At this, $24.60 was spot. So that being said, now that it is shot up to close to $30, if it stays there at the end of June, we should see some awesome swings. And it might make it to where our gains and losses favors the generic over the government issued bullion. But that's what we're tracking. That's what we're going to figure out. But as you know, we just ranked the government-issued bullion, and we've ranked our generic bullion from top to bottom. And now we get to talk about everything. So I've been doing this for a couple of years, as you know. YouTube has been where I have brought all of my, all of my purchases to life, and through YouTube, I've had a heck of a journey. Let me get back to this. Okay. We've had a heck of a journey, and in having this journey, we've got to bring so much attention to the themes and elements on these coins. We've got to show that there is a collector market out there that is just booming right now, and all the metrics would have you say that. For example, if I were to start where I did at December of 2019, which is not that long ago, by the way, and just look at the amount of themes there are in silver compared to where they are today. It's like light speed, which tells me the low mintage bullion, like you see mostly here, is where the market is moving, that there's definitely some value in lower mintage, beautiful issued, themed silver. So that being said, there's your conduit. If you have that uncle, that sister, that brother, that son, that you're like, hey, I just wish this dude got it. I wish he understood silver. This is the medium to get them there. If they love Jurassic Park, well, guess what? There's tons of dinosaurs, and there's even a Jurassic Park 30-year anniversary coin out there that could be the conduit that says, you know what? I'm going to be the one to gift you your first in the journey. So here it is. Feel it, hold it. Now let's talk about what this stuff is, right? So that being said, this is the best conduit to get people into the market. Find the things that they love, and then find the coins that show those things and send it their way and make that a gift. But being here on YouTube has been fantastic. As you know, if you've been here since the beginning, as some of you have, we have been on a heck of a journey. It's been right at 3-ish years, and we now are monetized. And that means that, yes, we have monthly giveaways. 10% of whatever I get in viewership dollars from revenue, from YouTube, that is, I will be giving away. And we've already had a couple of months worth of giveaways, and it has been fantastic to be able to give back to my community in a way that I think will hopefully build this channel more and more and more, so that our impact is higher and higher and higher. It is my dream one day to have given away more in silver than I have in my collection, based on that 10%, which means that you have to get people engaged so that we can build this machine and hopefully get to the point where I can actually give away, full ounces and 10 ounces, and then maybe one day even beyond that. Imagine being able to be almost a mini Mr. Beast type, where I get to go knock on a door with a monster box and change somebody's life. That is the dream, right? So many cool things there. We do have memberships now. It's not very expensive, but if you'd like to be a member of this channel, then all you have to do is hit that join button there in the description, and it will go over all the cool things that you get, such as a hand-selected world coin from my collection that goes to you. You would be getting at your 6th month one of these cool poker chips. It's a limited mintage out of 100. Every time that we are through of these, there'll be another mintage, but this is the first edition. So if you'd like one of the first, then you need to become a member and ride the wave. And I hope that it is a blessing for you. We just hit 5 members. So in order to honor that, maybe we have a membership giveaway here shortly. But yeah, memberships are brand new as well. But let's go ahead and get into our generics. So we've already gone over this. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but this is the first year I've ever bought generic silver. Spend $100 a month on it. And as you can see here in green, these are the things that I was able to get from generic silver. You can see the spot price. You can see the premiums that I paid, and roughly the weight. But that is all tracked here, and we go over that constantly. But the real reason you're here probably is to know exactly how much I have paid and the value that I have. And that is a very, very interesting topic, because I just checked it myself. And take a look. As you can see, total asset allocation, I have spent roughly $5,000, and I have $2,000 in net gain value. And it's broken down here. I do have one little gold back. So that 0.09, that's the one gold back. But as you can see, silver right here, acquisition cost, the quantity, 175 pieces. We have 163.42 ounces. And that's the value. And this is on APMEX, by the way, which even if you are not somebody who buys from APMEX, what I would consider to do, because it's free and it's a really cool thing to do to get a window of what your stack might be worth, is you can come in here, create your little account, and then when you add new asset holding, so let's say I just go through, I can select a source, purchased at APMEX or not at APMEX. I can obviously track what kind of metal it is, with the exception of copper, because good night, that would be a ton of storage room. And then product name. So let's say I went to source APMEX. Let's say, well, yeah, that's true. All ordered products are automatically categorized. So let's say I didn't purchase it at APMEX, and let's say it was a gift, and let's say it was silver, and let's say, I don't know, what's something out there, Tuvalu. Sure, let's just say it is a James Bond, right? I can then put that it is 1 ounce, the acquisition cost per unit, and how many of them I have, and I would hit add holding. And in doing that, it would automatically tabulate that and bring it into your collection here. So this is page 1, and it goes by value, just to give you an idea. Gold is always on top, but then we go to silver. So this 2019 Tuvalu Queen Anne's Revenge that I bought for $26.78 is selling in the neighborhood of $140. Isn't that fantastic? And it does go by overall value. So for example, this is a 3-ounce hand-poured bar, sorry. It's my Monarch bar, but I couldn't find Monarch in the thing, so I just did what something like that would cost. And it cost me $84, and it's roughly at $112. These Australian Lunar Series, I cannot stand this lunar dog, but apparently it's worth some money. Paid $25 for it. It's 109. The Lunar Year of the Ox, this one is recent, right? And what you see here, I paid almost $40 for that thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's way too much premium, blah, blah, blah. $90. And if you, the crazy part is, APMEX is getting these metrics from somewhere. This is not only what they're selling it for on their site, but when I go to eBay on a lot of these and look at things that have been sold, they're not really that crazy. They're fairly straightforward for the most part. There are a couple of exceptions, but a lot of them are pretty spot on. The Zwijik, which was a gift from Bullion Now down in Melbourne for doing an interview with them. So I just put $1 is my acquisition cost. $89. That's a $90 gift. Awesome stuff. The Chad Mandala Warthog. And by the way, I've done videos on all of these. So if you're bored, you can go look them up and see kind of what they are. But yeah, we have $32 as an investment there and almost at $80. So what you see over time is even coins that I looked at and was like, well, they're not really pretty, but I don't have a Warthog yet. Boom. $79. What's selling for? So even if it's half that, you've made money, which is crazy. But yeah, that's where we have, obviously, the Silver Pegasus, which is in the Pobjoy Mint variety, which is no longer mint, so that has jumped in value a bit. But you can go through all the different pages here. In fact, what I'll do is I will keep going to see how many pages, there's 10 per page, how many pages until things start to balance in half. So we're on page 2 right there. I give you a little second to look at all the cool stuff. Page 3. So you can see we're still above what I have paid for things. We're in the 50s and high 40s right now. Then we go to the 40s. Most of these things I paid in the 20s, maybe $30 for so far. Here we are in the 30s and 20s, and we're still in the 40s on page 5. So this is the interesting part. It's really holding value more than I even thought it would. We go to page 6, and we start to see closer disparity between our current value and the acquisition cost. Now, I will say, obviously, silver's fairly high. Will it stay that way? I don't know. There's people yelling on both sides of that argument, and I'm just here for the ride. Page 7. Page 7, we start to see even closer disparities. We're in the 39s now. Page 8, so 80 coins in, and we are just now touching kind of what we paid for it. Page 9, not quite there yet. 10, 11. So here we are, page 11, and we're still at $37, $36, and still a lot more than what I paid for it. 36. And this is what's crazy. I'm now in generics. A lot of, like, there's an A-Mark Liberty Bell, $35 right there. So as you can see, this is why I went in the collecting route. This is a hobby for me, and it is something that as a hobby, I get to stand out here and say, this holds value. This is a hobby that you're not losing money in. You know, if you have toy cars or, you know, collector boats or stamps or, you know, a ton of other things, which are all fine, well and good, then a lot of times you're putting a lot of investment money into them that has no way of getting that money back. This is the cool part. You are buying tangible savings account, basically, and the parts within that savings account are like little bitty stocks. Some might go up, some might go down, but overall, you are still in a position where you can liquidate those assets at a strong cost, and you're not just throwing things away. You know, you don't have tangible parts of this that are waste, where, you know, you're buying let's say a model car and you have paint after you've used it. That's a waste. You have a box. That's a waste. This is an ounce of silver, right? You don't throw anything away here. The only thing you do is hold it or sell it or stare at it, I guess. So it's a different world, and it's something that absolutely love. And in fact, one of the things I wanted to show you, because you are my people, this is the beginning. My first coin, the 2019 Alderney Puffin, right? This is my 60-point scale. So this is what I use to track everything. How well does it score on my 60-point scale? And usually what I see reflected is that 60-point scale within reason usually dictates the value that I see it go for online. And as you can see, I have a lot of yellow and red in the beginning because I was brand new and didn't understand a lot about this. I was chasing things based on mintage sometimes more than I was on the themes and the quality and all of that. But the scale starts to go mostly blue and green later on. And I will say right here, these are the different categories. We have the appearance of the obverse or front, the back here, the mintage, and here's our mintage guideline over here on the side. So depending on how many are minted, gives me a score there. And a lot of times I don't get a firm mintage, which means it's a neutral 5. Cultural significance is another one, collectability and uniqueness. All of those go towards having a 60-point scale score. And there's been a couple of 58s, but I've never had a 59 or 60. So those are currently the high boys. I've had a handful of 56s. I don't think I've had any 57s. But as you can see, we do have elite coins quite a bit here. And those are ones that we see just ride like crazy in value, which is fantastic. But that's where we are currently. Oh, I need to go ahead and change this one. This is the one we just did, the Dunkleosteus, which is a fantastic coin from the Democratic Republic of Congo, scored a 53. Just fantastic, by the way. If you have not seen it, I would recommend going and seeing it. So that is where we are right now. That is the state of the stack. It has been such a wild and fun ride. And as you know, along the way, we've got to make a little bit of money, which, why not, right? Money is great. We all like money. I'll take it. But that is kind of where we are. You see a handful of the items that I've purchased. And remember, you can do every single thing that you see on this channel because this is all done $100 at a time. On occasion, there's a gift that somebody will send me in the mail, which is fantastic. But for the majority of things, it's $100 at a time, and 1 month of $100 over a long period of time gives you a ton of silver. So just be disciplined. That's why I chose $100. I wanted you to look at what I'm doing and say, I can do that too. Instead of having fear as a motivator for you to get into this, I wanted you to have love and hope, to say this honestly, to say, I can do this and I will do this and I should do this, all of those things, but doing it out of a place of good rather than being scared, because as you know, fear is probably the number one motivator for humans, and that doesn't necessarily lead to the best choices. We want to have clear minds, logical reasons. So if you're going to get into this, do it for the reasons that you know to be true, not the ones that kind of scare you into a choice. So that is the state of the stack. June 2024. We will have another one in December. I want to make this twice a year, but that is what we have. And I absolutely am so thankful for all of you being a part of my journey here and being a part of such a special thing. I've learned so much, not just through doing this, but also through the comments, as I hope you leave some below. But yeah, I've learned so much, and I cannot thank you enough. So thank you for always supporting me. And as always, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.